thank you all for braving the weather to get here. Saved my job. But back to your question. I think what I want you to realize is that Spectrum Reach is building the marketing platform of choice for you. And we really back it up, and I think you saw that with real products and real dates. We have highly optimized linear product with Spectrum, with our new audience app. We've got digital products. We've got it covered on streaming. It's all powered by the best viewership data that there is out there with millions of boxes, and it's in a very safe environment. So I want people to know that we are building this platform, and it's nearly done, and we're relying on you guys to really take advantage of it.
And when you talk about a safe environment, these are numbers you can rely on.
Yeah, you know on our digital products where your spots are going to run. You know on our television, as you're all very used to seeing, you know where it's going to run. So it's a very safe environment, but most important, it's an effective environment.
There are so many new competitors in the local and regional space these days. What's the key there for Spectrum to staying competitive?
Well, you know, I would sort of flip that around and say, how are they going to stay competitive with us? If you saw what we just saw here, we have every product that nobody in this market really has. We have highly optimized linear television. We have digital. We have all the streaming apps and VOD. So I think what we've done is we've sort of combined the best of both worlds. The power of digital with the power of television. And it's all powered by our set-top box viewership data, which is really special.
You know, the phrase one-stop shopping comes to mind. That's the notion behind it.
Right, so that's how we stay competitive.
So I've been to these Ufront performances before. Everybody in the room has attended a lot of these, and this is a reminder of the pace of change in the industry, even from one year to the next. There's so much changing. But I want to take a step back from the Spectrum-specific message here and look at some of the bigger picture. What do you see ahead in the next 6 months, next year, next couple of years?
Well, a couple things jump out at me. One is you start to see money moving back from digital back to the television platform. And again, I don't want anybody to think of television as that thing on the wall. We're on every screen. And money is being spent, shifted over to digital. And by the way, a lot of those digital products by some of the names you all know and love are really great and important products. But what we have is really the best of both worlds. So, that money is starting to, with the power TV and all that data, the money is starting to come back to TV because I think the digital players saw they weren't selling as much, the advertisers saw on their digital platforms, they weren't selling as much product. So that's why we think that money is starting to come back. Not that we think, it's definitely coming back.
Well, and some of that is because TV tells stories. I mean, I know that from a personal level as a journalist, but you can see the story that you tell in a 30-second television spot. That is very compelling. You have the audience's attention at that moment, and you're not in the same space sometimes when you're in front of a different screen.
Yeah, and one of the other things that I think you'll see over time is the one issue that cable has in its entirety is, we don't have the sort of one voice. So I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of the networks and the cable networks and the MVPDs start to work better and closer together because we both have great products with content. We have terrific data, and we have the ability to do more finite targeting. So I think you're going to see over time much more cooperation between those two parties to really go after some of the big ad tech players like Google and Facebook.
So we've seen a lot here today. Let's just a final thought to wrap it up.
A final thought is sort of where I started from. We've got a lot of great products here for you. We have a great group of people that are really dedicated to making sure your marketing needs are met. So I want you to really think about us first when you're out there with your marketing needs, because as you saw, we have literally every screen covered with the best digital products and the best linear products, and we have the best data in the safest environment. So I'd like to leave you with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Kline.